Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are diving into a fascinating exploration of the relationship between mothers and their daughters, especially their adolescent daughters. I mean teenage girls. We are gonna look at how self-esteem, gender identity, and body image are interrelated, and how these dynamics play out in a broader social and cultural context. This is a crucial subject, as adolescence is a critical time for identity formation, self-worth, and body perception, and, and mothers have a profound influence on these developmental processes. The first study I'll be referencing involved 113 mother and daughter pairs. Out of these, 82 were mothers with menstruating daughters, and while the other 31 pairs included mothers with daughters who had not yet started menstruating. This is an important distinction, as the onset of menstruation marks a key milestone in a girl's development, influencing how perceives her body, her gender identity, and ultimately her self-esteem. What makes this study particularly compelling is how it highlights the deep connections between mothers and daughters, especially when it comes to how both groups perceive their bodies and their words. Let's start with self-esteem. Self-esteem is crucial for everyone, but during adolescence, it can be especially fragile. For the menstruating girls in this study, higher self-esteem was strongly correlated with more positive body image. This makes sense. When young girls feel good about who they are more likely to have a healthier relationship with their bodies. But here's the thing, this relationship between self esteem and body image was not as strong among premenstrual girls, indicating that the physical and emotional changes associated with puberty play a significant role in shaping how girls view themselves. The same was true for the mothers in the study. Those with higher self-esteem also tended to have a more positive body image. But it gets more complex when we factor in gender role identity. Gender role identity refers to how we align ourselves with societal expectations of masculinity and femininity. What's interesting is that for the menstruating daughters, higher levels of masculinity, traits like independence, assertiveness, and strength, were associated with a more positive body image. This might seem counterintuitive, given that these are typically seen as masculine traits, but it suggests that girls who embrace a broader, less restrictive view of gender roles tend to feel better about themselves and their bodies. For mothers, the findings were a bit different. Greater femininity, traits like nurturance, warmth, and sensitivity, was associated with a more positive body image. This highlights the generational differences in how gender roles are perceived and experienced. While young girls are pushing against traditional boundaries, their mothers may still find comfort and affirmation in more traditional feminine roles. Now, let's turn to the mother daughter dynamic, which is really at the heart of the study. One of the most striking findings was the strong correlation between the body image scores of mothers and their menstruating daughters. As mothers' body image scores improved, so did their daughters. This points the powerful connection between how mothers perceive themselves and how their daughters learn to perceive their own bodies. It suggests that mothers serve as primary role models for their daughters in terms of body image and self esteem, especially during the vulnerable years of adolescence. This connection between mothers and daughters isn't a new idea. It has a deep roots in both psychology and sociology. In fact, Judith Pildes, in her article Mothers and Daughters Understanding the Roles, describe, describes how the roles of mother and daughter are shaped by cultural and societal expectations, often leading to tension and misunderstanding. Piles points out that mothers are frequently blamed for their daughters' psychological and emotional struggles, a phenomenon rooted in Freudian psychology, but reinforced by societal misogyny. Mothers are often scapegoated for issues like body dissatisfaction and low self esteem, even though they too are victims of a culture that devalues women. Pyle argues that the mother-daughter relationship is complicated by the fact that both mothers and daughters are women living in a society that systematically devalues femininity. This societal devaluation often leads to strained relationship as daughters come to view their mothers through a lens of disappointment or even resentment, particularly when they feel their mothers have conformed too easily to restrictive gender roles. In the study I mentioned earlier, the correlation between mothers and daughters' body image scores supports Biles' observation that daughters often internalize their mother's struggles with self-esteem and body image. When a mother has a poor self-image, her daughter is likely to pick up on that, which can negatively affect the daughter's own perception of her body. However, the study also offers hope by showing that positive changes in a mother's self esteem and body image can have a ripple effect, leading to improved body image for her daughter. This emphasized the importance of intergenerational support and the potential for mothers and daughters to heal together by breaking free from societal expectations and supporting each other in developing healthier, more positive self images. Sorry, my microphone is dead, so I have to reshoot this part. Piles also touches an important aspect of the mother-daughter relationship, the idea that daughters often struggle to differentiate themselves from their mothers. Many daughters feel the need to rebel against their mothers in order to assert their own identity, particularly during adolescence. This rebellion can take many forms, from rejecting traditional feminine roles to embracing different attitudes about body image and self worth. However, this process of differentiation can also create emotional distance and misunderstanding between mothers and daughters, further complicating the relationship. But Piles suggests that this tension can be resolved through mutual understanding and redefinition of the mother-daughter relationship. Instead of seeing their mothers as their either role models or oppressors, daughters can learn to view their mothers as fellow women who are navigating the same societal pressures. By doing so, both mothers and daughters can develop a deeper empathy for each other and work together to break the cycle of body dissatisfaction and low self-esteem. Returning to the study, it's clear that self-esteem, gender role identity, and body image are deeply interconnected for both mothers and daughters. This study highlights the importance of fostering positive self-esteem and body image in adolescence, not just for the individual girl, but for the mother-daughter relationship as a whole. By modeling healthy attitudes toward their own bodies, mothers can help their daughters develop a more positive relationship with their bodies, even in the face of societal pressures that promote unrealistic beauty standards. So, what can we learn from all of this? First, it's clear that the mother daughter relationship plays a crucial role in shaping how adolescent girls view themselves and their bodies. But it's not just about what mothers do, it's about how they feel about themselves. When mothers have high self esteem and positive body image, they pass that on to their daughters. Second, gender role identity is a key factor in this dynamic. Adolescence is a time when girls are figuring out who they are, where they fit in the world, and embracing a broader, more flexible view of gender roles can help them feel more confident in their own skin. Ultimately, this research and Pildes' work remind us that the mother-daughter bond is one of the most powerful relationships in a woman's life. It's a relationship that can shape how we see ourselves, how we navigate societal pressures, and how we come to terms with our own identities. By understanding and nurturing this bond, we can create a more positive future for both mothers and daughters. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this discussion so insightful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And don't forget to share your thoughts in comments below. How was your relationship with your mother and daughter influence your self-esteem and body image? Let's keep the conversation going. I'm gonna put the articles that I used in this video, the description below. You can find them there. And till the next time, see ya!